A man with flaccid limbs drifts by me at the Varanasi train station. Except for a beard covering half of his torso, he's completely nude. And just as I see his swaying comportment crossing my path, he plummets into the railroad tracks, tumbling into the heavy iron rails the way one might fall onto a softly pillowed couch at the end of a very long, exhausting day. On the train to Kolkata, I can think of little else. The fall. His fall. A fall. It seems he was drunk, poor, desperate, just really, really old. No, perhaps religious. Was the man's loosely worn dhoti simply yanked off by the elements? I am so troubled that when a vicious bag is stolen in the middle of the night and I am charging through each compartment of sleeping bodies, searching for the stolen passport and credit cards, and when the Kolkata police, with Rajasthani mustaches and thick, heavy eyebrows, finally arrive holding Uzis and AK-47s, and when we are left sitting in the station at Kolkata wondering if we were ever going to get home, and even when, hours later, hotel owners start throwing our bags, our luggage into the floods of the monsoon, refusing to let us in without a vicious passport. And then we have to trudge for hours through the street flood that has risen to my waistline, and our tears never show through the pouring rain. Even during all of that, I am still in that Varanasi train station with the heat slapping me down, still watching that nude man plummet into the train tracks. How does an entirely nude man go all the way from the platform staircases, through the corridors of the station, past the hired guards, to my end of the train? Had he been nude the entire time? Had he really walked through the entire train station naked? I wonder this as Avisha and I are rejected from our 5th hotel and sent back through the waters of the monsoon. With my notebook already soggy from the floods, I begin to count all the things we still have. We have the clothes on our backs, toothbrushes and bones, defeated eyes, variegated silk from Benares, the contemplation of the vacant railway. We have words that have hibernated in our mouths for so long. We just have to keep our heads in the right place. I repeat to myself an adage. The greatness of a man is not in his achievements, but in how he reacts to tragedy. No longer with the privilege of cynicism, deprived of our sense of distance, we are comforted by every cliche that comes to mind. Hours into our plight, we are sick with exhaustion and wet to our chests, so we dampen the floor of an internet cafe. Avisha calls our loved ones, reliving the tragedy again and again, but I cannot forget that we are still in a state of desperation with no proof that we belong. The hotel managers and landlords still refuse to let us in, assuming, perhaps, that she is a prostitute from Orissa or the Northeast and that I am trafficking her across the border. To them, we are on our way to Saraguchi, where I will sell her to the highest bidding brothel. When I showed them the police report, they snicker at the stamp. Oh, we are truly in Kolkata. I keep counting. We have mother-of-pearl bangles, new bedspread 3 sizes too large, and an ineffable urge to fly away from where we are. As Avisha seeks help at the internet cafe, I go back into the river of the flooded street, heading towards that intersection where the current pushes against me. A black bull has somehow retreated to a rooftop. Children in school uniforms expel gay laughter as they are carried away in the rushing flood. Unable to see my feet, I take slow, careful steps. And in the water, I begin to lose my mind. But my body does not give out. At perhaps the 8th hotel, I meet Philip, an Indian man with a small mustache wearing tucked-in plaid. As I tell him what has happened to us, his fists clench in a rage that I am far past, but I accept him as my stand-in, as it allows me to just sit and breathe. He offers us a room, tells us that everything is going to be all right. He joins us in waking up the old cliches in his mouth. He says that we just must keep our heads, no matter what. Just keep your head. An hour later, I bring Avisha to the hotel, and Philip assesses the situation. You have no copies of your passport, no identification at all, no money, no credit cards, no cell phone. You have nothing. Nothing. Do you know what it means to have nothing in this country? It seems we just appeared, waiting to be picked up.